Analyzing complex characters, day 4. So we started at the top, which is in orange, that we are describing and drawing logical inferences. But we need to get here, which is the blue portion towards the bottom of your screen. Read both sections and think to yourself, what are the differences between the two? If you're looking at the top, you notice that you are just describing and drawing logical inferences. At the bottom, you are analyzing. So what is the difference? Analysis is a detailed examination of elements or structure of something. Synonyms are inspect, survey, scan, investigate, and examine. Write the analysis definition in your notes. This is the analysis format. Ingrain this into your brain. You will always have a claim, meaning what are you trying to prove? The evidence is how do you know? And the analysis, why does it matter? What does this show or tell me? Claim, evidence, and analysis will happen in every analysis format. So here's an example. If Ms. Hansen was asked, hey, Ms. Hansen, what is one of your favorite foods? Here is how she would write an analysis format response. In orange is the answers that Hansen feels about avocados. The evidence is in blue. This proves why Hansen loves avocados. Notice she did have an in-text citation at the end of her evidence. And then the analysis is in green, why this matters to Hansen. Take a moment to read her response. Her response is in the order that it's supposed to be in: claim, evidence, and analysis. You do not have to write this down, but you can refer to it if you'd like to see a visual of what claim, evidence, and analysis looks like in a paragraph. In every analysis-based answer, they need to be structured in that way. So you will always have a claim, which is one sentence. Your evidence, which is an MLA format, meaning you have an in-text citation at the end of your evidence, is usually 1 to 2 sentences. And your analysis is between 2 to 10 sentences. Let's break down the claim. So what is a claim? The claim is the answer to the question, plain and simple. So for example, what is your favorite food? My favorite food is the avocado. That would be the claim for the question. What is the most significant moment in history? The civil rights and Chicano movements during the 50s and 60s that gave the voice to the marginalized and disenfranchised communities. That would be a claim. It's the answer to the question in which you are going to explain in an analysis format. Good to know. If you want to know if you have a good claim, does it answer the question in a clear and concise way? If so, good. Number 2, is it arguable? Can I argue for or against your claim? If so, good. Now it's your time to try. Let's write a claim. Answer the following in your notebooks. What is the healthiest vegetable in the world? And remember, a claim is 1 sentence. Let's break down evidence. What is evidence? Think in the terms of a court case, and the most and strongest evidence against someone will most likely win you the case. So that's the same for us English teachers. The better evidence you provide for your claim, the stronger your claim is. Using the example of avocados, note the parts of the evidence that are necessary. In quotations, because she's directly taking this from an article, 1 singular avocado gives you 25% of your daily potassium value versus the 10% a banana gives you. And then you have your in-text citation at the end. Notice we forgot to add our last quotation. So, does this prove your claim? In this case, it does. Do you use MLA format to ensure you are not plagiarizing? And yes, we have our in-text citation at the end. Using your claim from the previous slide, answering what the healthiest vegetable was, find a piece of evidence to prove it. You can use Google, you can use any website that you want to find. Just remember to use MLA formatting, meaning your in-text citation at the end. Let's break analysis down. What is analysis? Analysis, for our intents and purposes, is a deep dissection of the text that you are reading. There are 3 questions. What does what you're reading truly mean? What are you drawing from your text, and why does it matter in your understanding of the bigger picture? In short, why does it matter? And what does this show me about the text? Read Hanson's example, and then you try. Why does it matter how healthy your vegetable is? What difference does that make to people not consuming that veggie? What does this show us about your chosen veggie? If you answer those 3 questions according to what you chose as the healthiest vegetable, you should have a very good analysis example. So going back to our learning target, what does this look like for us? What are we going to be analyzing? Here is some important information and vocabulary that you should write in your notebooks. The interaction, the reciprocal action plus influence. We have to make a shift from identifying interactions to analyzing why certain interactions matter in a text. How do you analyze a complex character's interactions? Think about why. Certain relationships are critical to the overall plot. Certain conversations had to happen in order to understand an underlying idea in a book. Development, changing throughout. We have to make a shift from identifying developments over a text to analyzing how those developments matter. How do you analyze a complex character's development over a text? Think about why, and how certain events happen in the text in order to change the character, and how the conflict impacts the character to think, act, and feel in a new way. Motivation, the general desire or willingness of someone to do something, the reason or reasons one has for acting or behaving in a particular way. Once again, we have to make a shift from identifying motivations over the text to analyzing them. Think about why. Certain characters are motivated by good and evil conflicts. What causes our characters to act and feel in those certain ways? Let's test our knowledge together.